everyone. Good evening, guys. Let's start with my introduction. Then we will move to the CFA introduction. My name is Shoaib Yaqoob. I'm CFA charter holder and I'm also a fellow member of ACCA. I have a 14 years of teaching experience. I have a teaching experience of teaching two subjects of ACCA, Financial Management and Advanced Financial Management, 3 subjects of Pakistani CA, the local CA, and complete subjects of the complete area of CFA. I'm teaching level 1, level 2, level 3, and all the areas which we will discuss in today's orientation. I have also a global exposure of training candidates. I have trained in many students in in-person training. I have also have experience of training students, teaching students through online medium. Currently, I'm working as a unit head in one of the largest bank of my country. In my job, I'm dealing FX, I'm dealing equity, derivatives. There's a part of my job. So I'm completely applying my knowledge of finance on my job. Obviously, I'm also teaching the relevant subjects. So it is almost I have created the relevance of my certification with my job description. So let's start with the CFA orientation. This is one of the Financial Time magazine saying, among the countless finance degree around the world, the Chartered Financial Analyst qualification has become the gold standard. So you can say that this is one of the gold standard certification among all the certification available in finance. There are many certification available in finance. There are many certification, like in your country, some of the institutes will be offering the certification on finance, but this CFA certification is one of the has a prime certification, has a gold standard certification. So CFA program is actually a 3-part exam in which we will be studying fundamentals of investment tools, valuing assets, portfolio management, and wealth planning. If you complete the CFA, you will have a grip of investment tools. You will be having a grip of valuing assets. You will be having a grip of managing portfolios, and obviously you will be having a grip of wealth planning. That are the core areas of CFA. So what are the benefits? Why CFA is important? Number 1 benefit, it is the most prestigious designation in finance and investment. Remember one thing, many of the students have a dream of entering into in one of the top university. Everybody I have also a dream to enter into Ivy League, to do MBA from a top university. But the problem is, when you see the fee structure of any top university, it ranges from $100,000 to $200,000. And it's not possible in this time of, you can say in this time, it is not possible in this time of inflation, in this time of economic crisis situation, that you can spend $100,000 or $200,000 on the MBA. It's not possible. So CFA is the very cheap replacement of the top university qualification. So the number 1 benefit, it is the most prestigious designation in finance and investment. Second, the CFA curriculum completes your finance knowledge. Many universities in the world are following the CFA curriculum. CFA curriculum means the syllabus, the CFA syllabus. Like in Pakistan, We have one of the top university named LUMS. LUMS follows the CFA curriculum in its graduate program. So CFA curriculum completes your finance knowledge. You do not need to learn anything else because it has a complete package. The CFA charter provides a unique networking opportunities. I am CFA charter holder. I am working as a unit head. Many presidents of the bank are also CFA charter holders. Many top level executives are also CFA charter holders. So because of the CFA, I have the unique link with those top guys. So I can create the networking with those guys. So that's the benefit. That's the CFA charter provides a unique networking opportunities. Fourth one is you can waive licensing requirement as a CFA. In many countries, there are some licensing requirement. Like in Pakistan, there is a licensing requirement that you should pass some test if you want to work in a treasury department, if you want an investment department. But if you are CFA, you do not need to apply. You do not need to appear in those tests. Those tests will be waived off for you. So that can be the benefit for the CFA. Fifth is ticket to the work for major investment firms. You can join the top investment firms in your country. You can also move abroad to the top firms. Many top firms like Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all of these top banks, top investment firms, top investment banks hire CFAs. Six is CFA charter holder enjoy higher salaries. Obviously, that's a benefit if you work in finance, if you complete the CFA, if you do the relevant work, and if you earn the CFA charter, you will be enjoying the higher salary. So these are the benefits of CFA. So this is the most prestigious designation in investment industry. According to the CFA Institute statistic, these are the most popular career among CFA charter holders. 22% of the CFAs are portfolio managers. 15% are research analysts. 7% are working as a chief level executive. 6% as consultant. 5% as analyst. 5% financial advisor, RM, risk managers. By the way, I'm not working. I'm working as a treasury manager. This is also a field where CFA can work. So these are the different fields. It's not like typical ACCA where you can work in only accounts and audit department. The world is open. You can work as a portfolio manager, research analyst, as an executive, consultant, advisor. So there's a wide scope of careers where you can join after doing the CFA. These are the top 10 companies in the world. Top 10 companies in the world. I'm not talking about Pakistan. I'm not talking about India. I'm not talking about any particular country. I'm talking about the world. So Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, UBS is a Switzerland bank, JP Morgan, HSBC, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, Barclays, PwC, KPMG, EY. These are the top firms, top investment banks and the commercial banks. These companies hire CFA. So I can say that Merrill Lynch has almost 14,049 CFAs. So these are the number of CFAs employed by these firms. So I can say proudly that if you do the CFA, the top firm of your country will definitely hire you. It depends upon two things. One, you do the CFA. Second, you do the relevant work. Obviously, if you are doing auditing and you complete the CFA, it will not help you to get the job in the top firm. If you work in finance field and do the CFA, 99% surety is you will get the job in the top firm. That's the power of CFA. Not being CFA may hurt you. If you are not doing CFA, so these are the disadvantages. The number one is the fear of being left out. Many students who are ACCA, they are doing CFA. Many students who are university fellows, university graduate, they are doing CFA. Many students who are doing the CA, they are doing the CFA. So the number one disadvantage, if you do not do the CFA, the fear of being left out. Second, it is harder to pass exam when you get older. If you're young, it is easy to pass the CFA. But if you are aged, if you're old, it will be difficult for you to pass the exam. So being young and pass the CFA, it is easy. It is arguably more cost effective than MBA. If you have planned to do MBA, seriously, CFA is the most cheaper replacement of the MBA. What academic background is required for CFA? Finance, accounting, economics, business. If you have anything related to this, even if you haven't have the relevant background, you can do the CFA, but obviously you have to put hard work in order to pass the exam. But if you have a finance background, accounting, economic background, it will be easy for you to pass this exam. But if you have no relevance, if you do not have finance, accounting, economics or business background, still there are many students who do not have relevant background, but they come in CFA and try to pass a CFA, and they pass a CFA if they work hard. But obviously there will be edge if you have the relevant background. CFA admission requirement. What are the admission requirements? You should have a bachelor degree. You should have a 16 years education in order to get the admission in CFA. But if you are a student, if you are a university fellow, if you are currently studying, if you are ACCA, if you're doing ACCA, you can appear in level 1. But before passing level 2, you should have completed your university education. You should have completed your ACCA. You should have completed your CA. For level 1, there is no requirement. Anybody can appear in level 1. But for level 2, you should complete your 16 years education. And if you do not have a 16 years education, you have a 14 years education, you should have a 2 to 3 years of work experience. So if you have a 2 to 3 years of work experience and 14 years of education, you can appear in CF. But if you are only if you are intermediate student, if you are A-level student, you cannot appear in CF. You should be having 16 years education when you are appearing for level 2. For level 1, there is no requirement. You can appear in level 1 during your ACCA progress, during your graduation program. Fourth is you must have an international travel passport. Without international travel passport, you cannot appear in CFA exam. CFA exam is only offered in English language. There is no other language in which this exam is offered. All candidates must complete a professional conduct statement. You should have a clean past. You shouldn't be involved in any misconduct or in any professional misconduct type of case. So you should have complete a professional conduct statement in which you have to write that you have a clean past. and you must live in a CFA participating country. For example, CFA, you can appear in CFA exam if you live in Pakistan, India, or CFA is almost available in almost all of the countries, in all of the major countries. So it's a 3-year program. It's not like you can pass in 2 years, but that will be a miracle. But obviously it's a 3 years program, 3 level of exam, and you should have a 4 years of experience. Minimum there will be 2 years, but normally students pass in 3 years. There are 3 exam, level 1, 2, 3, and then there will be a 4-year practical experience requirement. Then you will apply for CFA charter, and you can write the name, the 3-letter word CFA in front of your name. Like my name is Shoaib Yaqoob, I can write Shoaib Yaqoob, CFA. Because I have passed all the 3 exams, because I have 4 years of relevant experience, more than 4 years, but to earn CFA charter, you should have a relevant 4-year experience. Then I can earn the charter. Charter means I can write CFA in front of my name. There is a question that what is the difference between CFA and FRM? CFA is more like a certification in finance, in which you have the expertise of dealing derivatives, you have the expertise of dealing equity, you have the expertise in dealing private equity. But FRM is strictly related to the risk management. So financial risk management. So if you work in a risk department, you should do the FRM. But FRM is a narrow field. CFA is a broad field. So that's the major difference. Okay, CFA exam level 1 is available in Feb, May, August, and November attempt. You can appear in February, you can appear in May, August, or November. Currently, we are offering for November 2022 classes and Feb 23 classes. So level 1, there are 4 windows available in a year for level 1. But for level 2, only 2 windows are available, Feb and August. For level 3, there are 2 windows available in May and November. So if any student appear in February and fail, unfortunately, if that student fails, that student cannot appear in May, that student can appear in August. You have to take rest for one attempt, then you can appear in the next attempt. It's not like ACCA. If you fail in March, you can appear in June. It's not like that. If you appear in February and you fail the exam, you cannot appear in May. You have to appear in August. And if you fail in August, you cannot appear in November. You have to appear in February of the next year. That's a rule here. Level 2 will be tested twice in a year. Level 3 will be tested twice in a year. And there are 4 windows available in a year for level 1. This is the fee structure of CFA. There's a fee structure. Currently, enrollment fee is $450 for the level 1. This is the enrollment fee. You can say that this is a registration fee. And if you early register for the exam, that date has been passed, that is $700. This is for November attempt, by the way. And $1,000 for the standard registration fee. But if you are appearing for February 2023, the early enrollment fee has decreased from $450 to $350, but the early enrollment has increased from $700 to $900, and the standard registration increased from $1,000 to $1,200. So I can say that if you are willing to register for 2023 February attempt, you have to pay early registration fee of $350 plus $900 of, this is the enrollment fee, this is the early registration fee. So it will be close to $1,250. But if you are not registering earlier, then you have to pay $350 plus $1,200. $1,550. But if you are appearing for November attempt, you have to pay $450 for the enrollment fee and $1,000 for the standard registration fee. It's close to $1,450. So that's the CFA. That's the CFA fee. It's not the Vifhe fee. It's not the our course fee. It's the CFA Institute fee. And by the way, this is only for level 1. For level 2 and level 3, there will be no enrollment fee. There will be no this $350 fee. Yes, you have to pay this regular fee, but there will be no early enrollment fee in level 2 and level 3. These are the subjects that we will study in level 1. In level 1, we will be studying ethics. That's the number 1 core area. Quants. Obviously, remember in ACCA, there were no quants. Economics. In ACCA, there were no economics. Financial reporting, yes. In FR and in SBR, you have covered financial accounting in detail. Corporate finance, you have covered the corporate finance in FM and AFM. Equity investment, FM and AFM. Fixed income, FM and AFM. Derivatives, FM and AFM. Alternative investments, a new area. And portfolio management, you have covered like 10% in AFM. So these are the 10 areas that we are going to study in level 1. And these are the weightages of all the areas. So 20%, 15 to 20% of your exam will be from ethics. 1/5 exam will be from ethics. 8 to 12% from quants. You can roughly say 10%. 10% from economics. 13 to 17% from financial reporting. 8 to 12% from corporate finance. Equity investment, 10 to 12% from equity, 10 to 12% from fixed income, derivative only 5 to 8%, alts, alternative investment 5 to 8%, portfolio management 5 to 8%. So the major areas are ethics, financial reporting, and we can say that equity, fixed income, quantity, quants and economics. So if you cover ethics, quants and economics, so 35, 50, 60, 70, 80%. 80% of the syllabus will be from these areas. From these areas. 80% of the syllabus. So that's level 1. Obviously, we will discuss level 2 and level 3 in the orientation of level 2 and 3. So that's the 10 areas in level 1, but there will be only one exam. This is the structure of the exam. There will be 2 sessions. There will be 1 morning session and 1 evening session. In morning session, there will be 2 hours and 15-minute exam. There will be 90 MCQs and you have 90 seconds per MCQ. And 90 each MCQ will be having 3 choices, not the 4 choices. 3 choices. 1 MCQ, 2-liner or 3-liner, 3 choices. There will be exam has been split it into 2 parts. Morning session, 2 hours and 15 minutes, 90 MCQs. Evening session, 2 hours and 15 minutes, 90 MCQs. So this is the exam structure. 2 exam will be tested in 2 parts. Morning session and evening session.
Hello Vifians! Are you tired of traditional learning methodology and want to transform your learning into a game? If yes, then the wait is over. Vifhe has launched its gamification learning model, in which there are 7 levels to score 100 points. Level 1, recorded sessions. Level 2, live classes. Level 3, assignments. Level 4, test yourself. Level 5, testing platform. Level 6, mock. Level 7, quick WhatsApp response, in which you need to score at least 80 marks. But the game will not get over. You still need to pass your ACCA exam. So if you score 100 points and you pass, you will get $30 discount. If you score 90 points and you pass, you will get $20 discount. And if you score 80 points and you pass, you will get $10 discount on any other paper at Vifhe. So what are you waiting for? Let the game begin.
Format of the exam. Level 1, 180 questions in total, 90 in the morning, 90 in the evening, 2 hours and 15 minutes of each session. Level 2, item set question. Item set is more like a case study will be given, then there will be a 5 MCQ, 6 MCQ. So 4 to 6 items related to the case study, 88 MCQ, 2 hours and 12 minutes each session. Level 3 will be a mixture of MCQ plus essay based question, constructed response question, in which you have to write the answer. This is the first and last exam of CFA where you have to write the answers. There can be the definitions, there can be the scenario where you have to write the answer. Otherwise, majority of the CFA comprises of MCQs. So important points, how we are going to study. Remember, if you study 2 hours on a daily basis, you can pass the CFA exam. Seriously, it is that simple? No, you have to listen carefully. You have to study 2 hours on daily basis. If you are not studying today, you have to study 4 hours tomorrow. If you are not studying today and tomorrow, you have to study 6 hours for the day after tomorrow. So 2 hours on a daily basis, that should be the commitment. If you're able to do that commitment, you can pass the exam. CFA result is based on percentile scoring. Percentile scoring means if majority of the candidates have performed well, the result percentage will shift upward. And if majority of the candidates do not perform well, the result percentage line will shift downwards. We can say that roughly if you score 70%, you can pass exam. But seriously, it depends on your performance on the exam day. If majority of the candidates are scoring well, the pass percentage will shift it upside. Majority of the students are not performing well, the passing percentage will shift it downwards. But if you have scored more than 70, it is almost sure that you will pass. Question practice is required. The CFA itself is providing almost 2,000 to 3,000 questions for practice. So when you pay the fee to the CFA, they will give you the portal where 2,000 to 3,000 questions are available. You have to do the rigorous practice in order to pass the exam. There will be a special calculator. It's not like our scientific calculator. It is a special calculator. It will cost you in rupee terms. It will be like 7,000 to 8,000 rupee. Or I can say that it will cost you $50 to $60 to buy this calculator. So without this calculator, you cannot enter into exam. This is a must item to enter into the exam. So you have to buy this. Schweitzer notes, we will study from the Schweitzer notes. I will provide all the notes. I will give you the soft copies. You can take the print of those soft copies, or you can study on your own on online medium, like through laptop, through desktop. We will solve all the curriculum examples because curriculum examples are very important. We will study from Schweitzer, but we will solve all the questions, all the examples, and all the important stuff from the curriculum. Curriculum means the official syllabus of the CFA. Teacher full-time assistants will be available. Teacher WhatsApp assistants will be available. I'm very active on the WhatsApp. I'm very active in replying to the queries of the students. There will be a test at the end of every week, and you have to appear in the test in order to pass the exam. So guys, if you have any question, do let me know. We will discuss. Let me answer your queries. What's your question? Because that's the end of presentation from my side. Any question? Abdul, recording of it will be available if you have joined late. $4,000 hours means almost 2 years of experience. 2 years of experience. So if you have 14 years education and 2 years of experience, you are also eligible to appear in CFA. Are no as such specific criteria. It can be a general experience, any working experience that will work. But if you are doing ACCA and you can pass ACCA exam in 6 months time, you can appear in CFA. Any finance experience or specific investment experience after completing all levels to qualify? If you have the finance experience, investment experience, even before passing the CFA, that will also count to your charter. That will also count to earn your charter. Finance experience doesn't mean you have to work in EY or PwC. You can work in any institute, any organization, but it should be relevant to the decision making. It should be relevant to the finance. It should be relevant to the investment analysis, portfolio management, something related to any area of the CFA. Like I was working in a treasury department and I was dealing in derivatives, FX and equity. So my role was eligible for the CFA charter. CFA can only be done when you completed the CA. If you haven't completed the CA, and in your country, if partial CA is equivalent to the graduation, you can do the CFA. But for CFA level 1, there is no SS requirement. But before level 2, you should be having 16 years education. Accounting experience can be used for gaining charter. No, it should be relevant to the analysis experience. Investment analysis, derivatives, finance related. Accounting experience will not work. Yes, it will work for 1 year or 2 years, but not for the 4 years. But like you have 4 years experience, 2 years in finance, 2 years in accounting, it can work. But if you have a full 4 years in accounting, it will not work. Which is more difficult to pass, ACCA or CFA? That question is subjective, because normally many students who are doing ACCA, they are not serious. They are young and too young to study seriously. So that's why the result of ACCA is not that great. But normally in CFA, students generally are serious. So that's why the result of CFA is better compared to the ACCA. But if you ask me to compare without any logics, obviously CFA is difficult compared to the ACCA. Is there any annual subscription fee for CFA like we have in ACCA? Yes. Once you become charter holder, if you are a student, there is no fee. There is no subscription fee. Seriously, there's the edge of CFA. There's the beauty of CFA. And one thing more, in 1 year, if you haven't paid the fee, for example, if any year, like I'm CFA charter holder, if in 2023 I'm not paying the fee, I cannot write CFA in front of my name. But in 2024, if I want to use the CFA, I will have to pay fee of 2024. Subscription will not accumulate over the period. If you are not paying subscription in 2023, do not use the CFA name. And if you are paying fee in 2024, you can use the name of CFA in 2024. Like ACCA, there is no accumulation. There is no there's no accumulation of subscription. In ACCA, if you haven't paid the fee for 2 years, you have to pay the double fee. It's not like in CFA. Okay. Any other question, guys? How much are the tuition fee? Our team will contact you. They will guide you about the tuition fee, but it is much lower compared to the market. How many attempts are we allowed? We are allowed lifetime attempts. There is no restriction here. I wish you pass in first attempt all the levels, so you will complete CFA in 3 attempts. But unfortunately, if anyone fails, so that student have lifetime attempts are available. It's not like ACCA where after 10 years you have to appear in exam again. It's not like that. So number of attempts will not matter. And one thing more, CFA discourages those students who write in their resume that they have passed the CFA in first attempt. That's why they are better. This is the ethical breach of CFA. If you pass the CFA in first attempt and you are writing in your resume that you are a better analyst, you are in a breach of CFA code of conduct. So hopefully, I think you got the answer. No, there is no validity period. You can appear in level 3 after like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or 5 year. There's no validity period situation here. So my advice is, if you are doing job, start level 1, then pass the level 1, then with job level 2, then with job level 3. So with job, doing CFA is more recommended. Which topics are more tough? I'm not ACA or ACCA. I just hold the degree in finance and MBA. Will I struggle with? No, it's not like that. See, level 1 subjects are very easy. Difficulty arises when you move to the next level. But the beauty is, when you move to the next level, you will become more mature. You will become more experienced of studying CFA. So I think you will be more able to tackle the difficulty. How much time required to pass all levels in first attempt? In 6 months level 1, 6 months level 2, 6 months level 3. So minimum 2 years are required to pass all the levels. Minimum 2 years to pass all the levels in first attempt. What are the entry level jobs after CFA? It depends in which country you are living. Let me tell you about my country. If you are in Pakistan, especially if you are working in Karachi, you can get the entry level job of, like, you can, after passing level 1, you can become the research analyst. You can work as a assistant relationship manager. You can work in a treasury department. You can also work in EY, PwC, KPMG consultancy department, and you will get the experience with time. You will also pass your level 2 and level 3 exam with time, and after 3 years you will be having relevant experience of 3 years, and you will be past the level 3 exam. So your combination will be very perfect. You have the relevant experience, you pass the exam, you have passed the exam, you can get very better opportunity in the market. CFA was introduced in, I think, if I correctly remember, in 1962. And I have explained earlier, this is the most prestigious certification available in finance. According to the Financial Times, it has the gold standard equivalency. In many countries, CFA is like a myth. So if you are not getting admission in Ivy League, CFA is a cheaper version, cheaper equivalency of the top MBA. Obviously, there is a bright scope of CFA in Dubai and UK. There are many friends. My friends are working in Dubai. One of my friends is working in Dubai investment company, and he's earning a very healthy salary there. So there is a bright scope of CFA in Dubai, because finance field is not like, it's not a general field. It's a very special field. Very few students or candidates or experienced persons are available in this field. So normally their salaries are higher, on the higher side. Do company accepts on passing level 1 or level 2? For level 2, acceptance is more welcoming compared to the level 1, because what is happening? Abdul Salam, I believe you live in Pakistan, right? So what is happening in Pakistan, if there is a batch of IBA or lumps, like if there are 100 students in that class, majority are doing the CFA level 1 because IBA and lumps have adopted the curriculum of CFA. So for them, they in 4 years of graduation, they have already studied the curriculum of CFA. So for them, it is easier to pass the exam. So almost all of the students will attempt the CFA, whether they pass or not. So that's why after passing the level 2, acceptability in the market is more welcome. Yes, in Big Four, you are eligible for advisory department and you should work for the advisory department. Seriously, in EY Karachi, if you are only CA, they will be hesitant to hire you in the advisory department. But if you are CFA, they will welcome you. Okay. What about I will provide the study material. CFA Institute also provide. I will provide the study material. It will be a soft copy. You have to take the prints. Schweizer notes being, it's like if you are studying ACCA, BBP and Kaplan are the official publisher. So in CFA, Schweizer provides the study material for CFA level 1. Although CFA official curriculum is also available, but CFA official curriculum 1 book has pages like 700 to 800. Schweizer has a summary of all those 700 pages converted into like 300 pages or 250 pages. What we will do, we will study from the Schweizer, but I will copy all the examples of curriculum, all the relevant questions of the curriculum, and we will do practice of all those questions in the class. Otherwise, if you study directly from the CFA official curriculum, you can hardly cover 1 book in 6 months time. That's because CFA curriculum is very lengthy. Okay. Any other question? Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And if you have any question, do contact us. Do contact the Vifhe team. They will be available for your queries. You can directly contact me also. I will be happy to answer you. Thank you so much for joining in. If you have any question, do let us know. We will be happy to answer your queries. Thank you so much, everyone.